How are you spending your Friday nights? Toasting your own marshmallows? Fire pit need rekindling? Come on, join us every Friday night at the Fire Pit, where our conversation really heats up.
We're Lovers and Liars, and you are watching Fire Pit Friday. Keep on watching. Hi, I'm Stacy, and I'm burning myself.
I got nothing to say about this. But we're Lovers and Liars, and you're watching Fire Pit Friday. He's gonna do it.
We're Lovers and Liars. And watch on Fire Pit Friday. Damn you!
Hi everybody, it's Cece with Fire Pit Friday, and tonight we have Lovers and Liars sitting with us in the studio at the Fire Pit. And we're going to get intimate like you can't imagine. We have special... Come on, with Lovers and Liars, we need to get intimate. Hot, sexy Lovers and Liars are happening. They're the band to watch out for anyway, but come on, that's sexy.
It is.
Special co-host tonight is Sean. Everybody knows Sean, the man on the street. He's always there rocking it, woo. I mean, your last gig that you did actually was with NashvilleRock.net.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
It was great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, NashvilleRock.net, we love you. All right, so listen up, guys. You, Lovers and Liars. Oh my gosh. There's your music, your look, your sound, everybody that you touch, your lyrics.
We touch a lot of people.
I know. I can't wait to talk to you about that, too. And, no, seriously, the last time we spoke, actually, you were, here a year ago as something else.
Years ago, yeah.
Well, we won't talk about. And, well, we can talk about it, but
can.
it's just like your hot, steamy Lovers and Liars going on right now, kind of transcending from the last time we saw each other.
Yeah.
And Stacy, I'm a really good host to people at the Fire Pit, and I make sure because I want you to feel comfortable. Mm-hmm. So last time you were here, you wrote, "I love peanut butter" on my wall.
That I did. I just saw that. I forgot I did it.
Yes.
I was drunk last time.
I know.
No, I'm drunk now.
I know. But I brought you all some peanut butter.
Oh, thank you.
So you have to eat it during the interview and try to talk while you're eating the peanut butter.
Never have I ever. Okay. Cool. All right.
Stacy rules.
Can I
Okay,
borrow your
ready?
dog?
Chug. Stacy.
This is great. Hey, you took that the wrong way. All right.
This is going
loves
to turn
peanut
into
butter?
a whole other kind of show.
It is.
It's.
Next question.
I was hoping. Last gig that I saw you was at the Buzz Fest. The crowd was pretty intense.
Yes. Really cool night.
And so now, here we are, Lovers and Liars, going through promotions with MTV. Yeah.
Really, really cool.
Okay. Does anybody want to expostulate?
Wow. I did that earlier.
Wait, I want to come up with some sexy,
that.
Sexy words here.
All right.
Woo.
All right. So, no, we had a song on MTV, and not only was it like, we thought maybe it's going to be like in the background of a show, but what they ended up doing was featuring our band name, saying the song you are listening to right now. Mm-hmm. It comes up on top of the show that's happening. It says the song you're listening to is Lovers and Liars, the song of Cole. And so we just got a massive response, like on MySpace. People going out of their way to just go and Google our name and find out our address and just leave us comments and buy our CDs. And it was just amazing. Like, it was a great response. Could never ask for more. It was really cool.
That is very cool, and you guys deserve it. Let's talk about longevity. I mean, you've been around for quite a while, you guys, right?
Well, yeah,
you're not babies.
Bands,
you're not babies at all. So you guys are. This is your time. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And this is collectively, you guys have all different influences, but really quick, your influences. Bam.
Yeah.
I'm going to go general and just say a lot of classic rock.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
This guy destroys a piano.
It's expensive how much I destroyed.
Yes.
He is used to it though. I mean, seriously, like during shows, he'll be pounding the piano so hard it will freeze up and just put out random noise. We have to turn it on and off a couple times for it to come back.
We were just, me and Jason
Best
were listening
example of that
CD
was the CD
release
release
show.
show. Yeah.
I banged the piano so hard that it just went off and started making the weirdest sound that you can't even program into the piano. I don't even know where the sound came from. Then and of course it happened right before a solo that was supposed to happen. The audience was roaring, so it bought me some time to try to reboot the thing and get it working again, but it was awesome.
It's pretty good covering it though.
That's
Yeah.
great. That's rock and roll for you.
And real quick, you can see on our BuzzFest video that we have on MySpace, like in the middle of the song, I have to literally take the keyboard and move it back because it's falling off the stand because it's being
abused. I have to say Nine Inch Nails because they're always innovating both their music and live shows. It's never the same thing twice. And songs are great and the performances are always great too.
I agree with you.
Pumpkins are really big for me. I'm happy to see them back on the road.
Especially around Halloween.
After, well, that'll be the Nine Inch Nails
Good
show, but yeah, definitely saw Pumpkins when they made it here in the Rhine, and it's a great show, and Jimmy Chamberlain definitely influenced me in a big way.
I like everything from 311 to Anthrax to Ben Harper to The Roots to Frank Zappa to Seven Dust.
Bringing in that edge.
I like a lot of stuff. So.
Yeah. How do you feel about your fans, and how do you feel about what's going on with the fans? And tell me about some of the shows and any really great stories to kind of share with the audience.
Well, I mean, honestly, 2 years ago, I was in an exact opposite place I was now. It was we even talked about it. Like, I think just at the end of the previous band that we were in together, it was just very burnout, kind of like, oh man, we feel like we're doing the same kind of thing over and over. And
Right.
And I don't know, it just, the last couple of shows have been rejuvenating. It's like, and we were talking about this on the way here, it's like the last show we played, we got off stage, audience was screaming and clapping, and then we're just sitting here taking our time, getting our breath back, or wiping the sweat off, and we notice they're still going, they're still yelling, they're still screaming, and then I mean, that's just something we did not have. It's like we're doing our best to try as hard as we can to make our fans just interested and keep everything going, but it was just awesome to
Well, you're a
walk
communicator, though. Okay, I mean, Adam, I've spoke with you several times. I mean, just setting up the interview and getting things going, and it seems as if you have your finger on the pulse of what's going on with the group. What do you think, Stacy? Huh?
Yeah.
Finger, the
Yes,
finger.
I think so.
He has an amazing finger.
Does he?
You and I need to talk later. You've got some serious issues. I've got my glasses on,
Thank
so it'll
you.
be a
I don't
serious
think so outside.
discussion. Yeah. I was thinking Ford Fiesta,
Okay.
but that's,
Bum, ba-dum,
that's an inside joke.
I feel the love. I feel the heat going on back and
Lovers and liars.
Yeah, I did ask about that earlier. Is there anybody in charge of making sure that that's a hard thing to get everybody on the same page as far as clothing goes, or looking
It's
like?
a challenge. It's a challenge.
Okay,
You've got
talk
five-
to me about
You
it.
just got 5 different dudes coming from 5 different places that don't necessarily go to the same store, and so our first. I think that's the thing we wanted to do different this time, because in Spout we would just show up in T-shirts, be like, all right, let's just play and just do whatever. And this time it was like, we want to have a collective look. We first came out and we had like the button-up ties, we all wore L patches, and just something that was very significant to the band name. And people started wondering, like, what do the L's mean? What is this? Why are you? It's really cool, and it became synonymous with not only the sound but the live act. They knew to come to expect this look in a certain way.
That's true,
it was a
because
lot
your
of fun.
sound is sexy.
And not just with
Thank
what we
you.
wear either. I mean, just the whole visual presentation.
Yeah.
To have a theme on stage.
Mhm.
You notice we do artwork on stage along with the clothes, and so we try to be consistent and have a strong visual presentation along with this.
I love it. Can I just show the camera real quick? Can you get a close in on this? All right, this is Lovers and Liars artwork for their dual EP, and the name Before and After the Awakening. And the first time I read that, I thought, well, that makes sense for the band. It seems as if I could be way off base with this, but I thought, well, that almost sounds like a new beginning for you guys. Am I kind of close?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was the double meaning because that's why it fit. Like he and I stayed on the phone over like hours and hours going,
Look
what
at
are we
that.
going to
Isn't
call
that
this?
gorgeous?
What are we going to call this? And when we heard that, we just knew it fit because it for the songs, it was very much about, it was very relationship themed. Something goes downhill and you're like, it's before the awakening. The fact that you realize you got to get out of this relationship, it's not healthy to you or them before the awakening. And then after the awakening, it's the second CD. And it's the songs about the realization of what are you going to do after you're finished with this. This is all you've known for the past 4 or 5 years. So it's like the struggle within on both flip. But at the same time, as a band, it's like, before and after the awakening.
Kind of an awakening unto itself.
Yeah.
Right.
You started doing this.
Right.
So your songs kind of tell a story then?
Yeah, it's definitely a concept album. That's why we could have just done one CD like everyone else, but we decided to split it up and do 5 and 5 on each CD. So it's 10 songs, but you have the before and after. And it's and they were written during a situation that you can't escape, and then after the escape and trying to deal with that situation.
I love that. There's thinking involved.
This is so. Do you not find this like really strange that the women are questioning these men about
I know,
their look?
I know, but I really like these guys. And Hole is a fantastic song.
Thank you.
I totally want it to be sold all over the globe.
And that's the one they put on MTV.
Right. And I that would be my wish for you guys, that it just becomes this next year on Letterman and Leno. Because I like your style, your styling. All of you have a unique styling in the song. That's why I think this band, Lovers and Liars, is this wonderful new phase of who you are as people. And could you just talk about the song Whole a little bit and give the viewers a piece of you right now?
So, you gotta get a shot of that dog. That's just what we do to people. That's why fans love it before our show. That's what we do. This used to be.
This is insane.
The song was hard to write. It's very honest, very deep down, all the stuff I had to go through to keep this as impersonal as possible. I was just going through a situation where you felt that no matter what you did to try to make the situation as best it could be, there was another party involved. It seemed like the only goal involved was to manipulate and to change things. And it's just, once you realize, like nothing you could do would save the situation, and it's going straight downhill, that their situation is turning for the worse, and that feeling like, okay, well, you deserve this. I tried my best. You dug your hole. You can live in it. That kind of thing.
Yes.
That's what the chorus was really about. It's like, I did all I could. I will never regret doing the things I did because I know I did my best. And it was just that realization. I got to cut the ties, let go, and say, look, this was you. We all have faults, but you did this to yourself. So you may not be as happy as you were back then. You dug your holes. That's really what that song's about.
Chad is itching right now to comment.
Oh, you poor boy. He's so wounded. He needs an older woman.
I think so. I think I know one. But Chad, I could see you squirming as Stacy was kind of going through the motions in the song. And this is something that obviously is very deep and emotional to you. What is it like to play this song live?
It's hard, but it's kind of refreshing. At the same point in time, I don't know, when I first heard the song, it was amazing. It was really, and I don't know, it's just some of the stuff that Stacey had shown me when first.
Yeah,
it kind of gotten back into the whole spiel of making music and writing music and playing music together. It was really hard hitting. It was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the stuff was really emotional. It was really cool. I don't know, it hit home.
You get home
And
and
it-
live.
yeah.
It's kind of like
And live, yeah, even live too. It's like, wow, this is so awesome, and just, it just really.
it's kind of therapeutic in a way, right,
Absolutely.
Stacey? I mean, this
Chad,
is
Chad and I was going through amazing. I mean, oddly enough, the music is what got us to talk about this together. How much we were going through a lot of the same stuff at the same time in our lives. We've known each other for years, but then our lives just came to this certain point where everything just started changing, and it fell beyond our control, and just all. And then when I started, this was just a personal project. No one was. I mean, we'll talk about that later. But Adam's the guy who was dragging this out to everybody. So this was just. This was. This was.
I had to drag his hole out for everyone to see.
Damn you. Anyway.
Sorry.
But this is like my personal therapeutic stuff. And then when Chad heard it, and he had just the same emotional reaction, and I was like, my God, well, maybe, I don't know, like it helped me know that I wanted the music to be heard. And that's what we keep getting on MySpace and just everywhere. People who are going through this stuff, they say, you have no idea how much this speaks to me, because I'm going through the same thing with my boyfriend, my girlfriend, and
I think if I could say anything to anybody who's watching right now, I mean, go online and go to loversandliars.com and just go and see for yourself, and then listen, but really listen, because I think that too much we talk about what we're doing and what's going on, but this band for sure touches and hits a personal chord in a lot of people because of the sound and the way they deliver their message and their tunes. But as far as worldwide, message is worldwide. I mean, you guys can. This is what you're delivering globally. So, what's next? I mean, where are you guys going? What's happening next?
I think just now that we have this album, because it's brand new. I mean, I haven't even got the plastic off yet.
I haven't even heard it.
We haven't even listened to it.
Baloney!
But no, I think the main thing is getting this album out to people. We've just now, like the past week, got it on iTunes and everything, so it's all fresh, brand new. And
Hey, I have to know, does the person you wrote the song about now, does she come knocking on your door now?
she's at every single show.
And you need to say,
that's a
bye-bye.
great question. So how do you deal with that?
It's strange, but I think it's the liking the attention of the fact that, okay, well, all these songs are about me, even though it's not necessarily always in a positive light. It's a very much, but it's that they get there and there's a sense of power, I guess, just knowing that this band is playing a bunch of songs that were about either the mistakes or the decisions they made. So even though she's looking around, there's hundreds of people, chanting and singing along. If she only, if they only knew, like, the person that's causing all this heartache, and is right there in the middle of the crowd.
You've got a
It's
dark
strange.
side groupie. He's got a dark side
an
groupie.
amazing
That's a
summary.
song. That's a
A
song.
DSG.
A DSG.
No, I can see you guys just. I see big things for you guys.
Thank you.
Global tour, okay,
And they seem humble,
and
too.
sexy and very sexy. So I don't want to say like Let me see. Let me think. Now, very sexy, guys. I don't
Just he makes noises from time to time.
really. Caveman. No, I'm thinking like Maroon 5 sexy. Or did you say Maroon 5 sexy?
I think they're sexier.
Sexier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You gotta help me out here. Sexy.
They're lovers and liars sexy.
There you go. I would like to know craziest place you guys ever played. Any crazy nonsense? You've got to just give me something fun. It's fun and juicy.
In a previous band, the band before we came to form Lovers and Liars, we played. Oh Lord, we played on a trailer. But,
In the middle of the woods.
In the middle of the woods.
For a person we had never met. It was a birthday party for someone we hadn't met yet.
Yeah.
Ever. But it was us and like a bunch of cool bands. And we were all wondering, how we weren't getting paid? Like, how are we? What are we doing here? I mean, we had fun, but it was like just the most surreal.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
We drove into the driveway, and in front of their house was this
flatbed
trailer, this 50-foot flatbed trailer.
Okay.
That was maybe, 15 feet off the ground.
It was just strange.
And there was a I can't remember what they call it anymore, but they set up a tent for concessions, and they had a couple chairs laying out.
And you were the entertainment for the evening with a couple of
There
other
were about
bands?
10 bands that day.
Wow.
And none of the 10 bands knew what the hell they were doing there. Like it was
Yeah.
just we all got
It
woken
was
up by
a birthday
aliens
party.
and drug. Yeah.
And we ended up playing last, and I remember we were taking our stuff off the trailer and ended up hurting ourselves
Didn't Adam
pretty
fall?
badly.
I fell off the
Oh,
trailer.
no.
Passing something to Adam,
Yeah.
like a drum or something
And it
like
wasn't
that.
on purpose.
No, yeah.
It wasn't a suicide attempt.
It wasn't the time
like
we pushed
last
him off.
night.
We'll talk about that later. No. But
Weird.
That kind of worked. I didn't have to load after that.
Yeah. He's been
How
using
was-
that ever since.
Sort of
Well-
curled up in a ball on the bench and waited for the pain to go away. You know?
Oh,
Mainly how this album was written.
So yeah, that's a pretty bizarre thing. Were they charging admission?
I don't know.
No, I think so.
Wouldn't that be freaky?
But it was just like you had to go down dirt roads. You had to go in between two trees. You had like a trap door. You had to knock on the.
we must have gotten lost 3 or 4 times trying to find it.
Yeah.
And
It was really hard to
It's
find.
good. There's no cell phone reception either, so when we got lost, we were just
Okay.
Yeah,
you
GPS
kind of
is
stepped into the
something-
twilight
Yeah.
zone.
Absolutely.
yeah.
And they had electricity.
yeah,
Yeah.
they ran the lines out.
We had to hesitate.
Probably got
Crazy.
paid one immediately.
That's true. We are rich from this.
Lovely, lovely.
That's makes for a great story.
Yeah,
For every
that's a
show you have
really
like that, you have another one that's the complete opposite. You know,
Yeah.
where everything goes great every time.
every time.
Happens a lot of the time, actually.
Yeah.
I think Stacy and I were talking about this yesterday. Like before, when we were just playing modern rock, it started to feel like we were getting in a rut, and that was kind of the beginning of all this new direction. And now, whenever we go on stage, it doesn't matter if it's a great night and the house is packed. It's, our favorite people and people we haven't met before.
Which
or
it
if we're
usually
playing
is.
If we're playing a strange place on a weird night. It's like every time you get on stage and you hit that first note, and you just suddenly feel so thankful that you're able to play this music that sonically is really innovative. You know, when it comes to the stage show, we try to do it differently, really recreate the sound of the CD, and that turns us into a moving company sometimes, all the equipment we have to take.
Well, I was going to ask you about that too, because you do a very good job sounding exactly like the CD. You can tell that you're seasoned musicians, and you roll with the punches and whatever. Whatever happens, and then you just. But for the most part, it's great because watching you live is like watching you or listening to you on the CD, which is really unique today.
Yeah.
So how do you make that happen? How do you do
We
that with
spend
all
a lot
your
of time, a lot of
equipment?
work. We spend a lot of time
Yeah?
in the practice room working on arrangements, working on sounds. And maybe that we start doing things one way where Jason might play a keyboard or we'll switch, and then I'll take it. We have to figure out how it's going to work. And a lot of songs involve us switching instruments midway through. Like I remember we were playing Buzzfest last month, and we were halfway through
I know where this is going.
one of our songs, and I have to switch from bass to keyboard and start singing too. So I go up to my keyboard stand. I put my hand on the keyboard, my other hand on the mic, and the bass just falls straight down onto the stage. There's this huge crashing noise in front of thousands of people.
But luckily, his bass landed on the tuner
It
pedal,
landed in
which
the tuner,
muted
so it was,
the signal. Otherwise, if it wouldn't have landed there, maybe 3 inches to the left or right, it would have went.
That's not on the CD.
So-
Yeah, lucky, yeah.
But yeah, we have 4-part vocals up front. We have computers and laptops, and then really, really just cool, innovative stuff. And you got Jason, our MVP, doing the vocals, the guitar, the samples on the synth, and all kind of stuff. And then Adam's switching everything up, and it's just really cool. And then everybody's doing, we got acoustic on some songs. I don't know.
It's too bad you couldn't crack it open right now.
That's one of the goals I love too about making it sound like a CD on stage, because with this music, it's so much more difficult than taking a 2-guitar, bass and drum straight guitar band and making it sound like a CD versus doing this. It's so much more difficult, but it's so much more rewarding.
Yeah.
And that's every band we play with, and every band we've ever been in was always just bring your guitar, just plug up and rock out, which is fun.
We're jealous of those bands when it comes to load-in.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. we wish we were them turning load in.
What is it?
Sound check.
How is it here versus going out on the road? Is it teaming up with other bands? Is it something that you like to do, don't like to do?
It's hard to find people that sound like us. That's the problem. It was easy before because you're like, oh, well, a lot of people are doing what we're doing. We'll just go and play with them. But now it's like, is that going to work? There's no real, like last night we ended up playing with like a punk band, and What was the other band?
Pretty much a modern rock sound.
Yeah. So it's just it's hard to find your match. But again, that's what he's saying. It's like once you play with these bands and you get on there and then you're the people, the freaks with the keyboards and the laptops and you look strange to begin with. They're like, what's all this stuff on stage? What are they doing? So it feels cool because right when you start the music, you're like, okay, we're doing something different. At least.
Well, that's it. You're doing something different. And that's perfect.
So
I don't look at that as a negative. I look at if you can't find anyone who's, I don't know. I think that's an asset for you guys. I think that's really great because you stand out.
Nashville has taught us there's so many musicians here and there's so much good music going on. If you're not doing something new and you're not changing and improving and evolving all the time, people are going to stop paying attention.
Yeah, you got to have a gimmick.
We're always making sure we're putting new things in the sets from really cool solo sections that aren't on the record or doing something a little differently. We're always trying to improve it. And that's what we're going to be doing in the next couple of months. We'll be working on a few more surprises.
Ooh, surprises.
That's kind of a philosophy with the band. So we're always trying to give you something new to either look at on our website. We'll have something new for you to do, or go check this out, or go check this out. Like we're going to start showing you a video on a regular basis or something like that. Or we'll add something to the live show that maybe you didn't see when you saw us last month.
Nice.
And that kind of philosophy is helping us keep an ear out for, does this sound old? Or do we need to change this?
We're our worst critics.
It's
always like that.
And so anything we add in, we make sure we do it good. It's
And
that's what we were talking about, like how that sometimes we're too much of a perfectionist because then if we don't have it perfect, we just won't add it in at all. We're just like, and
maybe
so
we'll some good ideas.
We'll scratch some great ideas. Probably would have been fine. Everyone would have been like really cool about, but we're like, oh, we don't have that down perfect yet, so let's just not do that just yet. I don't know. We'll get over that.
Well,
with some therapy.
I was going to say it's hard to kick that habit of being a professional. I just I want to leave everybody with one impression of Lovers and Liars. If you really dig their stuff, go to their website or go to their MySpace, which is right underneath me right now, and then hit them up and tell them what you like. Tell them what song you like. Tell them what you like about their live show, because these guys will talk back to you. They're very personal and they're endearing, and that's why they're lovers. And you promise not to lie. Liars. They promise not to lie. But so make sure you definitely talk to them. So, okay, Lovers and Liars, you have been awesome tonight. Good night, everybody.
My leg is asleep.
That was great, you guys.